As Bulgaria gears up for its fifth general election in April 2023, the country finds itself in a precarious situation. Hi and welcome to the Global Game with me, Vedika. Let's begin with a video report.
Нам западных элит у нас
to
много
get a
друзей.
first payment
Причем
under
во
next
всем мире.
Hello and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical. Amidst the ongoing Russo-Ukraine war, Western powers are reportedly attempting to install a puppet leader in Bulgaria who will toe their line and keep the country in line with their interest. However, President Radev has taken an independent stance and has not criticized Russia, which has put him at odds with the Western powers. The situation in Bulgaria is particularly volatile, with the country struggling to find a way forward amidst a challenging economic and political climate. The country has been mired in corruption and political instability for years, and the upcoming election is seen as a critical moment for the country's future. Since its democratization in the early 1990s, when a sharp division between post-communist and anti-communist groups developed disagreements on topics including the pace of economic reforms and foreign policy, Bulgaria has suffered with political polarization. Bulgaria appeared to have put these divisions behind it at the turn of the century, but in recent years tensions have risen due to prominent corruption scandals, particularly those involving the behavior of Boyko Borisov, the former prime minister and the leader of the Conservative Citizens for European Development of Bulgaria party. This polarization has prevented Bulgaria from building durable coalitions or sometimes even from forming a government at all. Most parties refuse to cooperate with the GERB and the Movement for Rights and Freedoms over these corruption allegations. Moreover, the new radical right pro-Russian party, which also refuses to cooperate with any other political formation, has gotten stronger in recent years. When parliament is unable to form a government, the president must dismiss the parliament and set a date for a new slate of elections. This process continues until a government is formed, which in Bulgaria's case has been no easy feat, triggering a cascade of snap elections that have exhausted the public and still failed to establish a stable majority. As head of state in the interim, the president selects caretaker ministers to carry out some of the functions of the prospective prime minister. In the midst of a political stalemate, these newly chosen governments are meant to give the nation continuity and stability. Parties have come and gone since the election spiral began in April 2021, and none of them have been able to hang on to power in a significant sense. One permanent and 4 caretaker governments out of the 5 have all failed to stay longer than 8 months. Radev has expanded his presidential responsibilities to cover foreign policy matters on his own initiative because the parliament hasn't shown continuous leadership in this area. President Radev has emerged as a key figure in Bulgaria's political landscape, with many people looking to him for leadership and guidance. Despite pressure from the West to take a more confrontational approach towards Russia, Radev has resisted such efforts, arguing that Bulgaria's interests lie in maintaining a balanced and neutral position. Historically, there has been tension between Bulgaria and Russia, although relations between the two countries have not always been cordial. Russia played a significant role in Bulgaria's 1878 liberation from the Ottoman Empire. Once Bulgaria accepted communism after World War II, it was one of the Soviet Union's most steadfast friends until the latter's collapse. In more recent times, however, Bulgaria's foreign policy has been cautiously aligning with Russia. Although the nation's reliance on Russian energy supplies has made its officials unwilling to take firmly held positions against Moscow. For example, after the poisoning of Sergei and Yulia Skripal in 2018, Bulgaria refused to expel any Russian diplomats when most European countries did. When Radev entered the political scene in 2016 presidential election, he maintained a rather ambivalent position towards Russia, summarized in his famous remark, "A Russian flag flies over Crimea." Over time, this view has sharpened, and he went so far as to say that Crimea was part of Russia during the 2021 presidential campaign. Since the invasion, however, most major Bulgarian political parties have taken an anti-Russian stance and have supported sending military aid to Ukraine alongside NATO allies. Unsurprisingly, Radev has opposed these efforts and has openly adopted a pro-Russia stance. Case in point, in December 2022, he accused pro-Ukrainian legislators in Bulgaria of being warmongers. He has used his position to substantively affect Europe's policy response to the war seen in February when he threatened to use Bulgaria's veto powers to prevent EU sanctions against Rosatom, a Russian nuclear energy corporation. More recently, he announced that Bulgaria would not support a European order for the supply of shells to Ukraine. Many observers see Radev's stance as a brave and principled one, particularly given the intense pressure he is facing from Western powers. There is concern that the election could be manipulated by foreign players seeking to influence the outcome, and that this could lead to political instability and further economic turmoil. However, Radev remains committed to his vision of a democratic and independent Bulgaria, and he has vowed to do everything in his power to ensure that the country remains free from foreign interference. He has called on all Bulgarians to come together and work towards a brighter future for the country, one that is based on unity, cooperation, and a shared commitment to democracy and human rights. Radev's position has been shaped by a number of factors. First and foremost, he is a former Air Force general who has long advocated for closer ties with Russia. He has also criticized the current government for its authoritarianism and corruption and has called for greater democracy and transparency. President Rumen Radev of Bulgaria has emerged as one of the most popular leaders in the country in recent years. Since taking office in 2017, Radev has implemented a number of policies aimed at improving the lives of Bulgarian citizens, including efforts to combat corruption, promote economic growth, and increase transparency in government. As a result, Radev has enjoyed widespread support from the public, with many Bulgarians viewing him as a strong and effective leader. One of the key reasons why Radev has been so successful in building his popularity is his commitment to addressing the concerns of everyday Bulgarians. For example, Radev has worked tirelessly to improve the country's healthcare system, which has long been plagued by underfunding and inadequate resources. Under his leadership, Bulgaria has made significant strides in expanding access to healthcare services, with more people now able to receive high-quality medical care than ever before. Despite the challenges facing Bulgaria, there is a hope that the country can emerge from this difficult period stronger and more resilient than ever before. With strong leadership and a commitment to democratic values, the country can navigate its way through the current crisis and emerge as a beacon of hope and stability in a region that sorely needs it.